Hello, Martin.
Hi,
Mr.
Greg.
Hall and his solicitor for you.
Oh, come on in, please. Mr. Border, could I ask you to take that seat there for me, please? And if you could sit there, I'll be grateful. Thanks very much. Okay, everything we say is now being digitally recorded. At the end of the interview, I will give you notice which will provide details of how to obtain a copy. The time is 1:10 p.m. The date is the 24th of October 2016. The interview is taking place in the Ridings Police Station. I am PC 241 Martin Clark of the Road Policing Unit. There are no other police officers present. Please could you say your full name and date of birth?
Dean Robert Martin, 1st of September 1982.
Thank you, Dean. Also present in the room is your solicitor. Could you please state your full name, date of birth and the company that you work for?
Alan Michael Border, 13th of December 1960, ABS Solicitors representing Paradise Gas Heating.
Thank you. Dean, before we go any further, I have to caution you that you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand the caution?
Yes, yes I do.
Thank you. Mr. Martin, you are here in connection with an incident that occurred at around 8:35 this morning on Eldene Drive, East Harrogate. I need to inform you that the pedestrian involved, Amy Williams, has since died of her injuries, and we are now investigating this as a fatality. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, you've had the facility to speak to a solicitor who is here with you today and present in this interview. You are free to change your lawyer at any time. Do you understand that facility, Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Right. Okay. At the conclusion of the interview, I will give you a notice explaining what will happen to the tapes and how you and your solicitor can get access to them. Okay, so let's move on to the reason we're here today. This interview is to discuss your involvement in a fatal incident that took place this morning on Eldene Drive involving your van and a pedestrian. I have some questions that I would like you to answer for me. Firstly, is it okay if I call you Dean?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay, Dean, and can you confirm that you were present at the scene I just described?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry mate.
It would help if you could tell me what happened this morning, starting from the time you got up.
Okay, I was a bit tired. I felt a bit rough. I'd had a long day yesterday and didn't get the job done till late in the day. You know how it is with this type of work. The sales team sell a customer another boiler, tell the customer it's going to be up and running in next to no time, and then it's down to me to get the job done. It took me a full 12 hours to do that job yesterday, and it was an hour's drive each way. I loaded up the van with the tools, the kit, scrap boiler, the old heavy metal water tanks and the rubbish. The van was full. I'd already got the new boiler and stuff ready for today as well, because it saves keep going back to the depot. On the way back I was starving. I hadn't eaten all day, so I stopped off at a McDonald's. I eat my burger, etc. on the way back and got home just after 11 p.m. I was knackered, so I had a shower, something to drink and then bed. My missus wasn't chuffed because we'd hardly seen each other lately.
Is that a typical day for you, Dean?
Well, yes, even if I get the new boiler jobs done early, and I'm always getting calls from Trev, my direct manager, just to see if I can do a breakdown or emergency call out on my way back. We get paid by the job, so you do as much as you can, don't you? The money's good anyway.
So let's get this clear, Dean. You normally do a full day's work on top of travelling, and this could be as much as a 16-hour day.
Of course, it depends how far the job is. I'll cover most areas. Have a van and will travel is my motto. Can't do enough for a good boss, can you?
Thanks for letting me know that, Dean. Now, go on with what happened this morning.
Well, to be honest, I overlaid a little, so I had a quick brew, jumped in the van and set off for the job in Thirsk. I was supposed to be there for 8:30 a.m, but didn't leave home in panel until 8:15, I think. I reckon it would take me about 3/4 of an hour or so I had to get a move on.
You say you just jumped into your company van. Did you do your daily checks before you moved off?
Yeah, I can see where you're going with this. No, I didn't do my checks. It's my normal van. I know if something's wrong with it.
So was everything okay, Dean?
Well, I knew enough fuel to get there. Look, we have these nice vans which are leased. The manager looks after all of the servicing and lets us know if anything goes wrong with it. So the answer to your question is no. I don't do regular checks. I know we should, but we just don't have enough time. I've got to get the job done.
You also mention you must get a move on when travelling. What do you mean by that?
You know how it is. Time is money. I suppose I'm like all guys doing a job. I get my foot down when I can. Yes, I admit that Trev, the manager, had mentioned to me about some speed in the past. It showed up on some fancy management programme. But it's the real world, and we're under pressure to get the jobs done. Anyway, I'm a gas engineer, not a driver. I've got 6 points on my licence for speed cameras, so it can't be that bad.
You also failed a roadside drug test, and the further blood tests have shown that you have driven a motor vehicle with 3.9 nanograms of cannabis per litre of blood. I can tell you that the limit is 2 nanograms. What have you to say about that?
Look, I only have a quick smoke at the end of the day to chill. I didn't realise that it was wrong, and I don't think it affected me. Also, that was yesterday. I should be okay today.
OK then, Dean, you have admitted the drugs bit. Now you have left home this morning, what happened next?
I have been going a bit. I went down Eldine Drive and my mobile rang. I eventually found the phone on the passenger seat under some papers. I had put it into the hands-free, but it kept falling off because the cradle was broken.
What happened then?
Well, I picked it up, saw it was Trev, and as I looked back, suddenly saw this young girl crossing the road, so I hit the brakes. I tried to swerve, and all hell broke loose. Things were crashing around inside the back, and I just hit her on my near side. I jumped out as quickly as I could, and she was just laying in the road. People started to gather around, and somebody called an ambulance. I'm so sorry. I should have been looking at the road, not my phone. I was going too fast. The van wouldn't stop quick enough. Why did bloody Trev have to call me just then?
OK, Dean, I can see you're upset. We just need a few more details, then we will see if you can go home. You mentioned things flying around in the cab and loud crashing in the back. What did you mean by that?
Well, thinking about it, as I hit the brakes, I can remember like cups, papers, McDonald's bags, litter flying around the dash area. Also, the van behaved a bit strangely as I felt and heard the stuff in the back clattering up against the bulkhead of my seat. I suppose it was those heavy tanks from yesterday's job and all the crap that caused with that. I just skidded into her. I'm so sorry. I'm in big trouble, aren't I? I killed her.
Just take a moment, Dean. I know that this isn't easy, but can you tell me what you think the real cause of this tragic incident was?
Well, since it happened, I've been going over and over it again. If I'd not been going so quick, if I'd not looked at my phone, and if it had been in its cradle and I had my hands free, if the van would have stopped quicker, I suppose all the weight in the back didn't help. Also, that investigator at the scene said that my tyres were illegal. I should have noticed that. If I'd not been rushing to meet a tight job schedule. But honestly, it wasn't just me. It's all of our faults that this happened. Pressure to get the jobs done, the long hours, Trevor always ringing me and pressurising me, and they were just pushing and pushing to get the job done. And now a little girl's dead.
OK, I think that's enough for now, Mr. Martin. We will probably need to speak to you again, but for now, the interview is terminated at 1:25 p.m.